Hey now guys, it's me, it's Knockout21. How are y'all doing today? Well, sorry I haven't been making any videos of this kind for a while. I've been busy trying to level up my Street Fighter ranking, going for that gold, you know. However, I found a little time and I've been trying to work on this review on the side. However, this is a review for a Nintendo DS game, and there is no real way of recording DS footage. I've looked into trying to buy some sort of mods and whatnot, but I didn't want to damage my DS. So I elected to resorting to emulation. Yeah, I'm not too proud of that because whenever I want to record footage for you guys, I really try to use the arcade hardware, unless I can't, like with the Nintendo games, I use the AVS. But even then, that's still close to the actual hardware. For this, I needed to use a Raspberry Pi, so I emulated the Nintendo DS on a Raspberry Pi so I could go ahead and show you guys the game, the game I wanted to show you. So for those of you who think this is actual DS footage, no, it's emulation. I'm not too proud of it, but it's the best I could do considering the circumstances. Anyway, onward to the review. Monster Tale was developed by Dreamrift and published by Majesco. This game combines the action platforming of a Metroidvania game with that of a digital pet raising simulator. The combination is pretty unique, and you can tell that that's the main focus of the game. This results with the player having to spend some time increasing Chomp's strength, speed, etc., etc. Now, Chomp is the name of the monster you raise. By doing so, you'll unlock special moves that Chomp could use during battle. These vary from healing you to rushing attacks to homing projectiles. And in order to unlock all these various moves, you'll have to evolve Chomp into various forms. Doing so is simple enough. Mainly, you'll just have to read the description of the locked form to get a clue on how to unlock it. It's usually something simple like having it read something like a book or feeding it cookies. All of this takes place on the bottom of the screen. Whenever you pick up a cookie or something from a defeated enemy, it'll go to the bottom screen, and all you gotta do is just kind of tap on it to have Chomp go down and start doing whatever it's gonna do with it. Usually after it's done, it'll gain experience points, having it level up. Now when it comes to the player character, Ellie, you'll start with some basic attacks. Through the course of the game, you'll find additional moves you could use that'll help you on your journey. Mostly though, they're just meant for you to unlock hidden switches or things of that nature so you could progress to the next area of the game. However, unlike Chomp, Ellie doesn't gain any experience points. She can't level up in that way. What you gotta do is find this guy called Jinx, and he'll increase your attributes for you if you give him the right amount of money. Things like powering up your special moves or attacks and increasing your health. Now this isn't too much of an issue because enemies consistently drop a lot of money. However, the fastest way to rack up a lot of money is to increase your combo count. Now, in order to do so, you just gotta find a spot with some high level enemies, it's kind of like these golems you see here, and just like fight away. Rack up the combos, and once you defeat them, you'll start juggling them. As you're juggling them, they'll start dropping a lot of power-ups. Power-ups for Chomp. And a bunch of like pearls, diamonds, and coins. Though, repeatedly doing so does get kind of boring. And unfortunately, it's the only way you can really fully power up Ellie. Now playing this game is a bit on the easy side. The controls are tight and very responsive, and most of the enemies here can be defeated with a couple of hits, especially when you have Ellie all powered up. Though there will be some moments where things do get kind of tough, especially later in the game, but that can easily be overcome with a little practice or using Chomp to overpower them. A sore spot for me is that because this was a Metroidvania title, I was expecting some like hidden rooms, hidden power-ups, things of that nature, but as much as I looked, I wasn't able to find any of that kind of stuff. Overall, this game is pretty straightforward, which does kind of take away from its replay value. The only time I remember there being any kind of a challenge is during the boss fights. At first, they're kind of tricky because you don't know what they're doing, but once you figure out their pattern, you can attack accordingly, which there is a bit of a challenge to that. This game aesthetically reminds me a lot of the Wonder Boy series. Everything is bright and colorful, things are animated pretty well, the monsters have this cartoony Saturday morning look to them. It is clear that this game was geared towards the younger gamer, if for lack of a better term. The music is well done and captures the atmosphere of the level you're in. For example, the opening stage theme does really make you feel like you're starting an adventure. Same thing with the sound effects. Sound effects are like really sharp and crisp. I didn't have any kind of distortion or whatnot. And the voice samples does give the characters in the game their personality. Overall, I give Monster Tale a B. It's a pretty fun, simple game. You could beat it in something like 4 or 5 hours. And that cool pet raising sim built in is actually not bad. Although the only replay value I see here is going back and trying to unlock other evolution forms for Chomp that you haven't unlocked before and see how they play that way. Anyway, this was Knockout 21. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and like always, have a good one. Take care, you guys.